Welcome back, everybody, to the Original Content Theater. I'm your host, Stoner Spike, and today I have a special guest with me.
This is Colonel McDoogle. I don't really have a lot of stuff on YouTube, but I'm just here to read this because this thing is terrible.
Yeah. Explain a little bit about your backstory and how you know about this.
Well, what happened, if I remember right anyway, was I heard from one of our friends that there was this horrible story that someone in school had written, and I was just, kind of miffed about that. Like, we're going to college. There's no way anyone would write something this horrible.
This is something out of high school.
It's not even high school. This is like middle school fan fiction. It's just really bad. And when they said it was on par with like My Immortal and just those kinds of fan fictions, I thought they were joking. I thought this was like, there's no way something this bad could exist. Yeah, and I actually think it's worse than My Immortal. I think it's worse than Full Life, Half-Life, or was it Half-Life, Full Life Consequences? Yeah, that was bad.
It's kind of like a fusion between the two of them. It's like My Immortal meets Full Life Consequences.
Yeah, if you had Full Life Consequences dialogue and writing style.
Yeah. Well, in our last episode, Kora, I meant Katana, found out that she was the new cast. So let's continue with Chapter 3. They decided to give me some time to take in all the information they gave and come up with a decision whether to go on this pilgrimage. 2 days later, we got together in the living room.
Have you decided on what to do?
Flakery said while standing off to the side of the room. Just likes to stand off and whatever.
Well, you said that you were part of the last war. Why do you need me?
Didn't we just explain this about how you're the new cast, but for some reason she needs fucking whatever?
It is true that we could win this war on our own, but with you, with us.
But with you with us, our chances of winning this fight with you using all the master elements power gives us a huge advantage.
Oh man. I'm all for it if Tana is up for it as well, Blaru said.
What is the role of the cast, I asked.
Flakery asked as he leaned up. Oh, Flakery answered as he leaned up against the wall.
This guy likes leaning against the walls. Get it, clear the badass!
The role of the cast is to keep evil in check. We think the reason why you have the cast powers is because the scale is tipping in the favor of evil once again. We just don't know who or why. We don't know who evil or why evil?
I don't know. So it has to be me. But why? Why me?
Flakery gave a quick chuckle. That's what he said too, he said after chuckling.
So he chuckled and then said and then chuckled again. Who? I asked.
The one you call the good cast. You will learn why soon enough, as did the other three. Just be patient.
That's what I hate about this fucking story, is that every important bit of exposition or dialogue that'll help us understand what the hell's going on in the story always gets passed over by, just wait, I'll get around to that.
Or it just doesn't happen. It's like a passing thing, like, oh, that happened before, but you don't need to know that, even though you need to know that.
I'm king of another realm, but I'll get to that later. Fuck you.
I don't think they ever do.
No, they don't. Where the fuck were we?
I'll pick it up.
Okay.
After a long pause... Okay, I'll do it. If it's for the fate of the world, then I'll do it.
Good, Flakery said after standing up from his leaning position. Isn't he already standing if he's leaning?
I suppose.
Oh,
he's standing up harder now, though.
Whatever. Before you go, you need basic training. Ryu and I will train you both in sword combat, and Flakery will train you both in using your powers. Tana, you won't get much, but just the basics. That's all. That's all you, since you'll be getting different powers, my mother explained.
It doesn't matter because she doesn't really have to learn anything anyway. She just knows how to do everything.
She just passes out every fight. Is that the pilgrimage you spoke of the other day? I asked.
Yes. Your job is to collect the spirit what is it? Collect all the spirit orbs of the masters throughout the continent. Oh, that's the mom talking. Ooh. Oops.
Oh, fuck. We're getting to that part. I'll let my anger and rage get out in a minute. Wait, before we get started, didn't we just get over this again? Who are the masters? I asked right after.
Oh man, I'll do this one.
The masters were a group of people who lived in medieval times, who mastered each of the elements and were considered chosen ones. For instance, there is a master water who mastered in water.
No shit! I thought you mastered in Casta. Thanks for explaining that.
and ended up being the leader of the masters. In one battle, they all had to fight the one who almost brought destruction.
Why can't they just say his name?
I don't know.
The one who almost brought destruction. It's so mysterious.
They couldn't win.
They couldn't win against him and lock their spirits
What?
into orbs so they could still live on in other people's bodies. But just as they did, the one who almost brought destruction released a massive attack called the Death Bomb. Whoa! The law of the creator states when using an attack that could potentially destroy the planet, you automatically get sent to be locked away in the realm known as Purgatory. Get it?
Blakery explained.
I answered back. A long pause.
Yes, I do. So, one more question. Who is the one who brought destruction?
His name is the Dark Vanquisher. He is the dark part of the creator. Don't worry, the good cast put him back in purgatory. He can't get out for a long time. Any more questions, honey? My mother asked.
No, I got it. Let's do this. I told them.
As Vlaru and I went outside, I heard the adults talk about something. Not what was the she overheard.
I've got
something.
a perfect voice for this.
Go.
She really is like him, Ryu said.
My mother answered back, yes, she is. Like who? Like what?
Like Don Knotts.
I don't fucking know. Not only in looks and attitude, but her powers as well, Blakery said, after walking over closer to them. After a month of training, Vlaru and I got everything down. Vlaru's powers was amazing. There it is fucking again. Fuck you.
Yeah,
That's
screw
not-
describing exactly how you developed. You're just amazing, you know.
And a whole month of time went by. What the hell happened?
No, nothing.
Just a month went by. Not important. We were
She
trained.
probably like swung a stick like 1,000 times or something.
There should have been a montage. You should have just wrote that montage music played in the background.
You should have just written, it was a montage, you know, just a nondescriptive montage.
Yeah. So Vlaru's powers was amazing. Not were amazing, was amazing. Mine was too. What fucking...
I love this next line too. My mother woke me up one morning.
And it's separated from the entire story. Like, this line of dialogue is
It's an entire
so
paragraph unto itself, and the next paragraph is completely separate from it.
Wake up, Katana! Today's the day! I have something for you!
I rose out of bed, rubbing my eyes.
I want you to have these. These are cloths that act as armor. Then they're not fucking armor if it's a cloth. The good cast use these. It's actually the test versions of the actually flex armor and chained pant armor. Then it's a pant armor and not cloth. It's why would you? It's actually a cloth that acts like armor. It's actually a chain.
I'm pretty sure they meant to put clothes here, but they just forgot how to spell, apparently, and put cloths instead.
I'll see you downstairs. She just runs downstairs because all moms live at home and cook food for their children because
That's where women belong,
fuck
in the
you.
kitchen.
I hate this kid.
She turned out the door. I decided to wear them, but put on a half-skirt over the pants and a scarf around my neck. I ran downstairs with my stuff packed and ready to go. I ran outside where everyone was there. Vleru was wearing a cool outfit on.
What outfit?
A cool outfit on.
No! You can't keep doing. He does this so many fucking times. Every other description is, this is cool, this is awesome, this is neat. That's not. No!
Well, he
I don't
does
know what
describe
that
it, but the
means.
thing is, this is completely irrelevant to the plot, what he was wearing, but whatever.
He had on a brown open robe on with no shirt and black baggy pants on with holes in them. Whatever.
Oh man, that's kawaii.
He was wearing a blindfold. I was wondering why he was wearing it, but I decided not to ask at all. Why not? He's wearing a blindfold for no reason. You're just like,
Because it's cool.
so is this fucker just walking around just, don't, excuse me. Oh, sorry, I'm just bumping through everything. Excuse me. Oh,
How embarrassing.
oh.
Ahem.
We won't be going with you. Oh, sorry. We won't be going with you, my mother said.
Why won't you?
I asked, looking a little upset. It wasn't too big of a deal, but she was a little upset.
Yeah, just a tiny bit.
Because this is something you need to do on your own, because if you're lucky, you can find more people to join you on your pilgrimage. Plus, it's better if we stay in Central Nation to bug the Supreme Court. I guess this is
The Supreme Court of Council.
What? 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 The Supreme Court of Councils about the powers. Oh yeah, because remember how this world they banned all powers, sort of like.
Yeah, but they're a myth, remember? Because nobody believes in these powers, even though under any amount of stress or being someone trying to murder you. Apparently, I'm assuming that no one has ever tried to ever murder anyone else in this universe, because they state right in the opening, like I think in like the first chapter that, or no wait, the second chapter that, oh yeah, if you get attacked, then your element comes to like defend you. But if people think that the powers are a myth, then why hasn't anyone ever noticed that happens?
And I like it too. Isn't Katana's mother, her power is fire? Why are you not bringing her with you? She's a walking flamethrower. No, you decided to take Vleru, the fucker who's he's basically a glow bug. All he does, I got light. Yeah. He
Yeah.
doesn't do shit.
I'm just going to assume that your powers are based on what nation you're born in. And it's not a genetic thing, because Tana, I assume, was born in the Hydra Nation. She has water powers, but her mom has fire powers, so she was born in Pyro Nation, I guess?
I don't know. Fuck this story. Flaker said and pulled out a broadsword and unsheathed it. It was awesome looking. There it is again. Fucking hate this kid. Looking because it was all black with a silver edge on both sides and a sheath. You just said that. He's describing it was a sheathed sword in a sheath. No shit. Really?
This was the undecided cast sword that the good cast had it in his possession until he disappeared. It should be more useful to you more than to you, any one of us.
What? What did that mean? I took the sword and put it in the sheath on my back. So did you just sheath an already sheathed sword in a sheath?
Apparently.
Why would you do that?
I have something for you, Vleru.
Ryu hands him a necklace and a staff. Thanks, Dad.
This necklace is to remember me by, and this staff is the staff that I used at the beginning of the last war. This necklace has been handed down through the family for generations. Take care of it.
After that, we said our last goodbyes and left. It was just us now.
Ooh.